Hello everybody, welcome to video log numero dos. I want to thank Kirk for bringing up the great point today, or well, not today, but Saturday, and welcome to Sean's fireside chat. Hold on. So, the question was brought up of what's our favorite theory. So, I would definitely have to say Chickering is my favorite theory. So in class we talked about theory, how it's kind of one of those, it's a bucket that holds all these thoughts in, referencing Dr. York, 2013, reference number 1. And after thinking about it, my favorite bucket to carry these ideas, these kind of concepts to break down where students are, where we are in life, it's probably Chickering's vectors. There's 7 of them. So after looking a little bit more in student development theory book, actually a really good book if you get a chance to get it, hang on to it. Kind of going over a little bit of what he was talking about. So the first vector is developing competence. And that's with everything. That's physical competence, interpersonal. When students get to college, they have to learn how to be away. They have to learn how to talk to people. They have to develop their competence. Next one, managing emotion. When you're back home, when you're with your parents, a lot of times, family they'll help fix a lot of problems so you don't get upset. Sometimes they make you more upset. College is really that time where you learn how to take care of that and show your emotions in a good way. So rationalizing and accepting things, that's a big thing with managing your emotions. Moving through autonomy into independence. That's probably one of the greatest things about college. That's why people come here. It's a lot of times it's even my first time I got away from home. I had to learn how to do things on my own. It was a big thing. That's why a lot of people still go. The fourth vector is developing mature interpersonal relationships. For a lot of people, and me included, that was one of the hardest things. Meeting all 100% new people, not really knowing them. I was outside of my comfort zone. I had to learn how to make these connections with people, and that took a lot of time. And that's definitely a big vector, one of the hardest ones for me, for sure. Once you move through that, you start to establish an identity, whether that's gender identity, ethnic identity, sexual identity. It's finding a group. Going along with that, making mature interpersonal relationships, you kind of figure out what you're all about, what you really like. You start to connect with people more. After you establish your identity, the sixth vector is developing a purpose. Whether this is your career purpose, whether this is your life meaning, if you will. It's kind of figuring out why are you doing all this kind of stuff. For me, when I got involved in the environmental area of FGCU, that was kind of when I figured out my purpose. I wanted to work with people. I wanted to teach them about the environment. I had to figure out how I wanted to do that. And for me, the best way to do that is to teach people about it. After doing the whole having a mission, doing the marches, doing all that kind of stuff, yelling at people, being like, you should do it this way. I'm like, that's not going to really help. I have to learn how to teach people. That was my purpose that I kind of realized. And going along with that, you develop integrity, the seventh vector. You figure out what your values are. And that's different for everyone. Some people, family is the biggest important thing. For me, that's a big one for me. Other people, friends are. The purpose is people's big value sometimes. You want to do everything to build that, and that kind of goes along with nature and nurture. And Chickering even said that not nature, but there are environmental factors, not so much like environmental like woods and stuff like that, but there are factors that affect the theory. Things like he mentioned institutional objectives, institutional size, student-faculty relationships, curriculum, teaching, friends and communities. All of these are just a few of the examples that Chickering talked about, some of the important environmental factors that affect these theories. Once again, number 1, the vector of developing competence. Number 2, managing emotion. Number 3, moving towards autonomy through interdependence. Number 4, developing mature interpersonal relationships. Number 5, establishing identity. Number 6, developing purpose. Number 7, the last vector, developing integrity. My fire is going down. Hold on. Okay. So, that's why Chickering, I think, is my favorite theory out there. And the big reason, too, is it's mainly all about working with college students. It's not one of the ones that starts when you're a child. It's all about when people get to these higher education institutes. And for many of us, a lot of us, that's the big reason why we're here. We want to help these students get through Chickering's vectors. And knowing the vectors, I think, will help us a lot in figuring out kind of maybe what our next steps are. Even for us, what our next steps would be. Once again, thank you, Kirk, for bringing up this awesome topic. I'm glad you asked it because after class I was thinking about that. I'm like, what is my favorite theory? What can I kind of associate things with best? And honestly, which one makes the most sense to me? A lot of the theories, the bucket, a lot of it seems like many different aspects of it where it can be kind of simplified. And I feel like Chickering's does a great job of simplifying it enough to make sense, being generalistic enough to basically use it on a lot of different people and a lot of different circumstances, and it's just an all-around great theory. So, thank you very much for joining me tonight for my vlog. I'm going to put out my fire. I hope you guys have a great night. I'll see you on Thursday, and enjoy a good glass of wine. Deuces.